Okay, so the next takeaway is that everybody is doing this whole 10,000 steps a day thing, which is fantastic. But you need to understand that these 10,000 steps that we are targeting, that we are talking for maintaining a weight or losing a weight or being more fit, has to be done within a span of 1 hour or within a span of 1.5 hours, at a go. It's not like entire day you're just in your house and roaming around, and then at the end of the day you're like, oh, I did my 10,000 step. That is not what will fetch you the desired results. So you really have to understand that this entire 10,000 step thing has to be done within the time frame of maximum 1 hour 30 minutes to 1 hour 40, depending on the your age, your pace, your medical condition. So in 2021, do aim your walk steps, but make sure that you're doing it in a defined period of time. You can divide them into two periods, like in 40 minutes at one go and 40 minutes in another go, but not like throughout the day you're just doing your normal ghar ke kaam, and then you're like, oh, I managed my 10,000 steps. That won't count. Hi, so my next tip is try to wake up early. So you can see it's like 5:30, and waking up early will really give you that 10-15 minutes of yours to be at peace, to be at calm, and try to inculcate this habit in the next year. Just push yourself for waking up a little early. So every morning, take out some time to soak some sunlight. Could be, while you're sitting at your workstation, could be going and sitting in a park. Try to soak sun for at least 5 to 10 minutes. Sit in the sunlight, let it come on your body. Not only it helps in increasing your vitamin D levels, but also it generates lots of positive energy in you. So take out at least 5 to 10 minutes and let the sunlight touch you. Okay, so another tip is that this year in the lockdown, I was, of course, because of Instagram, I understood and I saw so much awareness with regard to sustainability. So, from my side, for my bit, I did two major changes in these last few months. First is, so I got these eco-friendly brushes, the eco-friendly dental kit. So we all use toothbrush, which we know is pure plastic, and probably we now understand that plastic is causing so much, is leaving so much effect on our nature. So I am trying to really reduce and minimize the use of plastic. So these are eco-friendly toothbrushes, which is made from which is made from bamboo sticks, and it is biodegradable, and it is vegan friendly. So if you see this, it's an excellent thing. Instead of using plastic toothbrush, I think this makes so much sense. And every morning it reminds you that you really need to work towards saving nature. So you can try whatever makes sense to you. So this I am using, me and my daughter. Another thing that I've done is I have really minimized the use of plastic bags for buying grocery or any home products. So I use cloth bags or jute bags, or I reuse the big plastic bags which I generally have from before. And even in the house, I reuse plastic containers for storing products which will not get spoiled in it. So this way you're just recycling and reusing these things, and try to do your bit to save nature. So try to be more sustainable. There are a lot of things that you can do. These are just two examples that I am incorporating. So yep. Hi everyone. So today I'm showing you something which is not very healthy. It's a little junky. So whenever you feel like eating kuch chatpata sa, you don't know what to eat, thoda sa kuch chahiye khane ko, which is like unhealthy. So what you can do is, I'm telling you it's not healthy, but it's okay to have it once in a while to control those mid hunger pranks ya kuch chatpata khane ka man kare. But the thumb rule is the portions that I'm gonna show you here. So I've taken onion. This is very nicely chopped onion. Okay. So if you इसमें आपको कच्चे प्याज का टेस्ट अच्छा लगना चाहिए. If you don't like कच्चा प्याज, then don't take it. So I've taken cucumber, nice good serving of cucumber. And now to this I'm gonna add 2 spoons of my bhujia. Okay, like literally 2 spoons. 1 and 2. That's it. Okay, so now I'm gonna mix it. So you saw bhujia, so you can replace bhujia with murmura or wheat puffs or anything which you think is genuinely roasted, or some diet namkeen if it is diet namkeen. So I'm just going to show you the portions that I'm using to make this bhel. Now you can make this bhel with nimbu and chaat masala and lal mirch, or you can put some ketchup into it, hari chutney and lasan chutney. So the play around is yours. You can also add some tomatoes into it. So the basic thing is lots of onion, lots of cucumbers, and 2 spoons of this namkeen bhujia or murmura or bhel. And then whatever dressing you want to have, you can make out of it. There you go. Hi, I'm Sonam. I'm a clinical nutritionist and I work with people to help them understand the right way of eating right food, whether it's for weight loss, whether it's any clinical disorder, or whether it's for athletes who are aiming at building their endurance level. So today a question that I've got is drinking coffee before a run good or bad? Well, caffeine consumption before your run is a very good idea, because when you drink coffee before your run, it leads to thermogenesis. Now, thermogenesis means that it increases the temperature of your body, thereby helping you to burn more fat, thereby giving you the opportunity to run longer with less fatigue. So consumption of caffeine before a run is definitely a good idea to increase your endurance level for running. You will see that you feel less tired and you're able to cover more of a distance. When you consume coffee, your blood pressure rises a little bit. So make sure people who have high BP, they should absolutely avoid it. Otherwise, consumption of coffee will absolutely increase your performance, because it will give you a kick, it will give you extra energy, and you will feel less fatigue. Next question that I've got is, a few athletes prefer not to eat before their workout or run. They believe it helps in weight loss, and not sure if it's a good or a bad idea. Well, yes, it's a lot of people think that working out empty stomach will lead to weight loss. Well, the thing is, when you work out empty stomach, it's called fasted cardio. So what happens is, when your stomach is empty and you are aiming for a good heavy workout or a run, your body uses your stored carbohydrates and fats, which can lead to a certain amount of weight loss for a very short period of time. But eventually what will happen, when your workout hours and the intensity will increase, your body will start using and burning the good muscles, which is not right, and you will feel your stamina is falling down. So ideally, one should have a very small lighter snack before a workout. Now this could be a slice of apple or a half banana, or maybe half a bar. But you have to figure that out, that what kind of workout are you aiming at. If it's a very light workout, then it's okay to work out empty stomach and it might fetch you good benefits. But if it's a heavy weight training, or if it's a long run, you must eat some light snack at least 30 minutes prior to your workout, so that your body can utilize it and you can perform better. Hi. So whenever you have to go for a dinner or invite for a shadi, a lot of people, what they do is they don't eat throughout the day. वो पूरा दिन भूखे रहते हैं because they want to eat रात को in the shadi, which is a very wrong thing to do, because eventually what will happen, you will end up eating more, आपको acidity होगी, and बहुत सारे लोग फिर दिन भर चाय पीते रहते हैं. So don't do that. Whenever you have to go for a dinner or a late night invite, you eat smaller portions throughout the day. Keep yourself hydrated, so that when you go there, you're not super hungry and you're eating and tasting everything in mild proportion. And next day, maybe you can do a lighter meal in all your 3 meals, but don't starve yourself throughout the day to enjoy dinner. Hi everyone, so today I'm making dal chila. Of course, people know that I love it, but what different thing I did is, I had this silver bowl which was given to me in some function 10 years back. So I used it for soaking my dal overnight, and trust me, the benefits that I'm going to get out of this silver metal which will go in my dal. I'm gonna post that soon. So if you have any of such utensil in your house which is locked up in some almirah, take it out and use it for soaking your dals and chida batters overnight. Another 3 tips before we enter 2021. Tip 1, there are different ways of dealing with stress. You don't always have to end up overeating or indulging into junk food. So try to differentiate between actual hunger and a stressful hunger. You can always handle stress through diverting your mind. And even if you feel like that, you need to eat something because you are stressed out, pick up something like makhana or dry roasted nuts. Don't go for maida and sugary stuff because it's only gonna slow your thought process. So, you know that, when you're stressful, don't end up overeating. Another tip is, of course, this year, I think very rarely anybody has traveled or have gone for buffets. But when you are trying to eat in control, prefer a la carte order than a buffet, because you always end up eating more in a buffet. You don't realize how much you are eating. So an a la carte option is always a better option. Another tip is that drinking water is very, very, very important. You cannot let go of it. And especially in winters, a lot of people drink lots of teas and coffees. So fix your number of tea and coffee, and apart from that, as in if you have to drink more of it, pick up hot water, green teas, or make herbal tea in the house. Use products like dalchini, cinnamon. Cinnamon is dalchini only, elaichi, kali mirch. So when you mix all these things and then you drink that water, it is much, much better. Hi, so I just thought I'll just show you what I'm eating and how you can balance your plate with the right amount of greens and vegetables and a chapati or a protein. So this is my plate. I'm going to post the picture later. So if you divide my plate, there's a big amount of vegetables. Now these are sauteed vegetables with little butter, or you can use olive oil or no oil, and with only black pepper and oregano and some red chili flakes. I like kacha pyaz, so I really like it sometimes chopped, sometimes sliced. And this is my dal chila. There's another one which is on the pan, so it's just not one chila. I'm gonna have 2 chilas and some pudina chutney. So you see, this is a very good way of eating. And also my chila has a lot of ghee into it. It's a dal chila with a lot of ghee grated into it because it keeps my stomach full. And try to incorporate more of salads and vegetables in your meal. Like 3/4 of your plate should have more of vegetables and salad, and the 1/4 should have a roti or a rice or chila or poha or anything that you compromise, that you call it as a grain or a carb, or it's a mix of protein and carbs. So that's how my plate looks like. So do not shy from eating clean, good food. Do not shy from trying to reduce the amount of food in your plate. Happy eating. Okay, so another very good takeaway for the coming year is a lot of people, they don't realize that they are going through constipation. They just ignore the fact that their bowel movement is not properly regulated. So you must pay attention and keep a track about your bowel movement. What time in the morning are you going? What is the consistency? Because it's a very good way to evaluate your gut health, which is the next point. So again, a lot of people, they don't understand what is a good gut, because unfortunately there is no blood test for it in which the report can show you that your gut is unhealthy or healthy. So this is done more by a self-analysis, by more about how you're feeling, about gastric bloating. So all these symptoms, we would say hum sabko hota hai kabhi kabhi, but you have to keep a check that are there any certain kind of food groups which is causing it, or because of change in weather, or because of any medication. So constipation and gut health both are very, very, very important in terms of when we talk about a healthy body in the long run. So yep. Okay, so another tip for 2021 is always carry a water bottle with you. Summers, winters, any season, always carry it. It's very important to stay hydrated. We forget drinking water, so make sure that you have a water bottle while you are traveling. Wherever you are, keep it in your bag. Drink a lot of water.